Are you ready for this? The USA is sending forces to Ukraine on the ground. Who remembers this? We will not send tanks. We will not send troops. We will not send offensive weapons. We will not send F-16s because that is paramount to us fighting Russia. We'll be at war with them. What are we doing? We've sent all that, right? And what's going to wind up happening is we're going to start hearing that we have to send troops to Ukraine to help Ukraine win the war. And then what does Russia do then? Are we declaring war on Russia, or are we in there as a peacekeeper force, right? We're already sending advisors. France is willing to send troops in, and now Ukraine has the right, or permission, I should say, the permission to attack Russia inside Russia. Who remembers Russia, they didn't do nothing about the pipeline being exploded. They didn't do nothing about the bridge getting blown up. They didn't do much about their air base getting hit. What do you think they're going to do once they start getting attacked on a pretty regular basis inside of Russia? Some people will say that's only fair, right? Ukraine should be able to attack inside of Russia because Russia invaded Ukraine. You'll hear that, right? The picture is bigger than that. It's much, much bigger than that. It's not Ukraine attacking Russia. It's NATO attacking Russia. NATO, the United States, attacking Russia. How is Russia going to respond to that? I don't know. Russia's drawn plenty of lines in the sand and they've been crossed, and they've just moved their line back further, right? Drawing a line, don't cross this, don't do this. And we just keep poking the bear, right? Keep poking that bear. Eventually, Russia's going to come out swinging. We have not seen Russia's full military force in Ukraine. We have not. If they come out swinging, that will be something that begins the end of everything. Is it going to go nuclear immediately? No. A lot of people say Russia's going to retaliate with a tactical nuke, a small yield nuke or something like that if it keeps going. I don't see Russia using a nuke. What I do see them doing is rolling out some more of their military in there. Not the old stuff, the real military. The hardcore military. Russia has a lot of people in the military over there. And they have a lot better equipment than what they're using in Ukraine right now also. Guys, this is just going to keep heating up over there. And if we keep giving them permission to do all this stuff, it's pretty much like writing a blank check and saying you just fill out what you need on it, right? And we'll back you up. We need to be out of it. Some people are going to say, well, it's because the agreement we made that we would defend them and this and that. Okay. So, you're fine with it the way it is right now, right? Sending money, sending military equipment and aid and things like that, right? You're fine with that. Are you going to be fine with it when they want to send our troops into Ukraine? Are you going to change your mind then, right? Everybody who flies the Ukraine flag on their profile pictures and all this and that, I'm pretty sure they would take that down once their grandkid, their nephew, their niece, their son, their daughter, somebody in their family has to go to Ukraine and fight, right? Then they're going to be against the war. It's the way it is. You'd be all for it right now, right? Everybody's like, yeah, you got a lot of people standing there like, we need to be defending Ukraine. We need to stop communism over there so we don't have to fight it over here, right? That'll change once we start sending troops in. Yeah, that'll change. People be like, we don't need to be over, which technically we don't need to be over now. And then you're also hearing China and Taiwan. Taiwan is saying they're going to take, or China is saying they're going to take Taiwan back. Been saying it for years. Eventually they're going to do it, right? You got Israel and Hamas and all. You've got wars everywhere that we're getting involved in, right? We need to focus more on what's going on here than what's going on over there. I understand people's all for sending money, military aid and all that, right? Money that we do not have as a nation. Because if we had that type of money to be sending over there, we would be paying our national debt down. And somebody's going to say, you don't understand nothing. You don't know how this system works. All I know is if you got $100 billion to send to another country, pay some of your debt, right? Take that money and pay some of your debt. We need to focus on America first. We've all heard make America great again, right? Make America first again. It should be the slogan. Make America first. Take care of your problems here before you start reaching out to help other countries. I think, number one, if Biden wins the election, if somehow he wins it, which we all know, we don't like to admit it, it is possible that he wins again, right? It is possible. Where is he going to get us into the Ukraine Russia stuff? Is he going to go ahead and send troops? You know, I figured by this time we would already have boots on the ground, which some countries are sending troops. But we're sending F-16s, we're sending all this equipment over there. The hardest thing for a military to do is to get their equipment and their personnel in position. It's the hardest thing when it comes to war. Number one is getting the equipment and then getting the personnel for the equipment over there. We're stacking the deck, right? We're setting our chess pieces, and we're not setting them not to play the game. We're not. Well, how long do you think this Russia-Ukraine war is going to keep going? Honestly, how long do you think it's going to keep going? It can't keep going. Something major has to happen. NATO has to get involved in it, because we're not hearing a lot from over there, are we? We are not hearing hardly anything. We're only getting bits and pieces of what's actually going on. They're not allowed to post videos in Ukraine. They're not, they're under martial law pretty much. We don't know exactly what's going on, and that's a scary situation, because we're sending all this money, and eventually we're going to send our troops. It's just the way it's going to go, because Ukraine, from what you can gather, is Ukraine winning? No. Is Ukraine losing? Maybe, or maybe it's a stalemate, right? As far as the area past the river where Russia has taken it back, I always figured that's what Russia wanted, was to the river, a natural border. We're not hearing a lot on the news. We're not seeing a lot. We're just getting bits and pieces of what they want us to hear. They need to tell us what's really going on over there, because if our money's involved in it, we should be able to know what's going on. Plain and simple. We should be able to know what's going on over there, because we're sending billions of dollars over, and next we'll start sending troops. That's just the way it is. You know it's coming, because everything Biden has said that we will not do, we are doing. We are doing. You also got to remember that he messed up at that place in Poland, talking about how our troops would see how Ukraine is fighting, how their citizens are fighting eventually, meaning that we would have boots on the ground. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm pretty sure we already have CIA, special forces over there. There's no way around that. We've already got them in there. But as far as our active military, I think they're going to go. I really think they're going to go. When are they going to go? I don't know. It could be getting up closer to the election they're going to send them. Could be. I'm not sure. I'm not a panic, fear, and gloom channel, and y'all know that. But if you just read and look what's going on, we're going to wind up in over there. We are. We're going to wind up in the middle of this crap physically. And then all these people that's supporting all this money and all the stuff, all the aid we're sending over there, them people are going to start changing their mind, like, hey, no, I don't want my son going over. No, I don't want my daughter. No, I don't want my grandson, my granddaughter. They don't want people over, right? As long as we're sending money, it's fine to them. But once we put boots on the ground, that becomes the problem. Number one, we should not be over there, period. We should not have anything to do with that place. Some of you are going to disagree and say it's because of this agreement when they left the Soviet Union and they gave up this and that we agreed to. I don't care. We are broke as a country. We cannot keep affording to give all these other countries money, to give illegal immigrants money. We can't afford it. If you've got billions of dollars to send to another country to help illegal immigrants, start paying the debt off. Start paying the national debt off, plain and simple. Take that money and pay the national debt. But no, let's just give it to this country, that country. Let's pay their daggum retirement for them. And meanwhile, you have people in America that's working where their retirement, their Social Security is not going to be available to them when they get ready to retire. But we got to make sure the ones in Ukraine are keeping their retirement. Guys, let me know your thoughts on this video. Keep your head on a swivel. Be aware of surroundings at all times. Protect yourself and your family at all times. At that moment, you're the only person who can do it. Stay safe. Keep prepping. Get prepping. And we will wind up on the ground over there. When? I don't know, but you can see it coming. You can smell it in the air. You can see it on the horizon. They're going to get us physically involved in that, and that is full-blown USA against Russia. We do not need that. Let me know your thoughts.